Hi everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. Today I've got a couple things to show you and some whips that I have, and I want to talk about a couple things with you. So I hope you have a few minutes to sit back and relax and just kind of hang out with me a little bit, okay? So let me get out my notebook because I actually did write some things down. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to try to look where I'm supposed to look so it doesn't look like I'm looking off into the distance and trying to, I don't know, look at something else that ain't there. Instead of looking at myself, I'd like to look at you. How's that? So, let me talk about a decision that I made. I'm a little wishy-washy right now, and once you hear some of the things that have been going on in my mind, I think you'll understand why I'm a little bit wishy-washy. So, a few months ago, I was thinking about this mystery crochet along that a good friend, I call her a good friend. We know each other. So, from Anya from Ophelia Talks, she's going to be doing a mystery cow. And it started this past Friday, 2 days ago. And I had decided a few months ago that I was not going to do it. Then I changed my mind. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just not going to order the yarn. I'm just going to use my stash, and I'm going to follow along and have fun on this crochet journey. Well, I had everything in a bag ready to go, and I was kind of excited. And then Friday, when it came out, I love the colors. I love the colors she's using. And I love the pattern. But at this point, I'm not comfortable starting a crochet along. Especially knowing that this particular crochet along involves squares. You guys know how I am about squares. I'm just not into it. And these are not granny squares. They're beautiful squares. I love them. But right now, I just don't want to start another large project. And I think that is what is preventing me from doing this mystery crochet along. Because I know it's going to involve some time. And right now, I'm looking around my area. I've got whips here and whips here, and I just decided I'm not gonna attempt to do it. And she's been so gracious, and she's reiterated many times, this crochet along is not going to be, it's not supposed to be, there's no pressure to do it. It's just a fun little project. And if I have to make it, if I feel pressure to make it, to keep up and everything, I know I'm not going to enjoy it the way I know I should. So I've decided not to do that project. All that 5 minutes just to tell you I wasn't going to do the project. But I want to show you some progress that I've been making on some of the other things that I'm doing. So I think I shared with you the last time that I am wanting to make a couple of blankets for some relatives. And one of them was a Daphne blanket. And I have been hearing a lot about the Daphne blanket, and I look at it, and it's so gorgeous. And everybody keeps saying it's going to work up fast. It is for a blanket, but it's not fast enough for me, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here is one triangle finished, And I think the reason why it's not working up fast is because this is going to have to be a little bit larger of a blanket. It's not a baby blanket, okay? So this is going to be one, this is the, let's see here. Let me see if I can figure out. I think this is going to, it looks to be about 4 foot. So it's going to be about 4 foot square. I don't have my measuring tape with me, so I can't measure it. But yeah, and I love the colors. Let me show you. Okay, and those, I love this yarn, and it's done with a well, let me just tell you what the colors are. This is the ivory, is the white, or the off-white here, and the print is called Herb Garden, and it's got some pretty purples and lavenders and greens, and then there's a little bit of blue. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's very, very pretty, and I'm using a wonderful hook. I'm using my Odyssey 5mm, 5.5 millimeter, and so I've got one square done, and I've got, well, let's see here, I've got this much of the next one. So I've got quite a bit more to go. So I finally, this is right here, after all of that, that's my first skein of the ivory. So that yarn is going a long way. And I should have enough of the ivory to do a border around it, which I'm kind of excited to do because I want to look at my friend Krista from the Secret Yarnery. I want to see some of her borders. She's got the most beautiful borders, and I want to try one of hers. So that's one, okay, that I was working on. Okay, this is my Doctor Who scarf that I'm making for Mr. Happy, and I've been working on it. Now, here is where I was the last time I showed you, and so I did all of that green. I did the mustard, and now I'm on the gray, and I've got, this is about half of the gray. Got a little bit more of the gray, and this thing is already a good, oh my word, it's over 6 foot long, and this is supposed to be only a third. I'm not even a third of the way done. So I don't think I'm going to make it as long as they say to make it. I think I'm just going to keep going and keep going until it's probably about 12 foot. I think 12 foot is going to be plenty big, because Mr. Happy is a little over 6 foot tall, and I think even if he wraps it around, it's still going to come down to the floor. So I'm excited about that. I love doing this because it's the Tunisian, the simple stitch, and I am in love with the Tunisian simple stitch. Love it, and it doesn't even bother me. I keep forgetting to look at you guys. It doesn't even bother me that it's curling, because I know it's a scarf and it'll all even out in the end. Okay, I brought it out, but I haven't worked on it. I have not done anything on the scrap, the other blanket that I was working on. So don't even know why I brought it out. Okay, another project that I have been working on every once in a while, and right now I'm on the black, and this is my Hope in a Future shawl, and I'm finding myself emotionally involved in this. Let me explain. This it's not a shawl, it's a wrap, and for those of you that haven't heard me talk about this before, I got this from Bella. Now her previous name or channel name was Bella's Crochet and Knits, something like that. And now she's changed it to Fiber and Fox with the ampersand instead, Fiber ampersand Fox. Anyway, she designed this blanket in 2020 as a reflection of the year. And she uses gray and black as the really dark times. And then she has a rainbow, the rainbow colors in between. Now, I did not use rainbow colors. I used my version of rainbow colors. But I'm finding that when I'm in the middle of working with a particular color, whatever it is, it's like I'm owning it. Does that make sense? Let me give you for instance. When I was the first row was gray, and when I was working on the gray, I started thinking about some of the issues that I was having in life, and kind of like I was stuck, okay? But then I remembered, okay, I've got pink coming, and I love that pink, and it's so bright and cheerful. And then I did that. Then there was the black, and I was like rushing through this black because I didn't want to stay there long. Then I did, of course, the fuchsia and the yellow. Then I got to the black again, and it was like, oh, it was just weighty. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just very weighty. And I found myself, I didn't want to sit down and work on it because I knew it was black and I didn't want to be there. So I finished the black and I hurried up to the green. Now, here's where I left off. I left off right at the end of the green. When I was doing the green, I felt myself like it was the beginning of spring and things were going really good, and I was getting excited and hopeful for the things that were coming. And then I got to the gray again, and it was like, I don't want to be here. I don't know if that makes sense, but I found myself getting a little bit depressed. And then I rushed through the gray so that I could get to the blue. And it's like, the blue was good. I mean, because it was like a denim blue, and I was thinking about all the things that I wanted to accomplish this spring in the crochet world, and, just all kinds of stuff. And then I got to black again, and it was like, ugh. And I put it away, and I haven't done anything. I did one row of the black. I've got 9 more rows to go, and it's just, I'm stuck. I just don't want to work on it. And I think maybe what I'll try to do is just not work on it. But if I get like down, if I get depressed, if I get really like inside of myself, I'll pick it up again. And I'll try to work through. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try to work through that dark period while I'm doing the dark, and rush, because the next color that I'll be doing is an indigo. And then the next one after that is going to be gray. And the next color after that is going to be my purple. And I'm going to so love working with the purple. And I think that's where I'm going to end it. I think that's where I'm going to end it, because I want to end it on my favorite color and on a high note. I don't want to put a black on there. I don't want to end on a dark note. I want to end on a good note. So, yeah, that's what, I'm thinking to myself, this is I'm very, and I mean, it's right here living in this pretty little basket, and it's a very emotionally taxing, emotionally roller coaster of a ride. That's what I want to say. Okay, now, you guys, I'm pretty happy about this. So I have had this whip for the last year and a half, I believe. It's been over a year. Let me show you. I was making my own design of a, let me see here, okay, of a long cardi vest, okay? And this is the design. This is the back panel. That's the back panel. Now, it looks thin, but it has not been blocked yet, and it's acrylic, okay? I'm using, this is Hobby Lobby, the Yarn Bee, Soft and Sleek, I think. I think it's the Soft and Sleek. Anyway, I got the back panel. I had finished one, oops, and it's caught. Okay, hold on. I had finished one of the front panels, and look how far I've come on the second panel. I am more than halfway done with the second panel, and it's getting exciting, guys. It's getting exciting because I can feel it. It's like right there. It's right there. I can feel it. So, and I have that much yarn left of this particular cake. I hope, I cannot remember if I have enough yarn, but that's all I've got. So I think it might be enough. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping it's enough to finish that, and then it will be done. Yay! And then I can assemble it, and then I can show you what it actually looks like. I will block it though, for sure. It has to be blocked. Okay, so I started 2 more projects. Let me get my notebook out to make sure I'm covering or getting to everything that I need to get to. I don't have any finished objects. Whoops, sad but true. I decided to get out, that was my whip caddy, that was my Odyssey rolling around in my whip caddy. I got out one of my yarns that I had gotten a couple months ago, and I got it from Webs. It was my Noro yarn. Y'all remember this one? That Noro that I love the color of, but I didn't like the feel of. Well, I talked to my friend Rochelle, and she said she's making herself a shawl. She said, you know, it still is a little rough, but the more I work with it, the nicer and softer it gets. So let me encourage you to, go ahead and try it. I said, well, I don't have enough to make anything. I only have the one skein, and I even looked, and they don't have any more of it. And so I love the colors. Again, I mean, it's got, what's not to love? Come on, guys. What's not to love about that? It's even got Laura Mad Mimi's orange, okay? And it's got some green, and it's got some gray and purple. What is not to love? And it's even got a little bit of green. So I picked it up, and I decided I'm going to make a handbag. Rochelle suggested maybe making a bag out of it. So I started, and I'm going to make a handbag. Now, I'm not doubling up the strands because I didn't want to mess up the coloring of it. And I was afraid if I doubled up the yarn, like drawing one from the outside, one from the inside, I wouldn't get that striation look. And I really wanted that look, okay? So I think I'm about halfway done. I've only started this. I mean, there's maybe a third of it gone. Here's the bag. Now, let me give you my feedback. I still don't like it. I still don't like this Noro yarn. I'm sorry for those of you that are sold on Noro. It's gorgeous yarn. I love the fabric makeup with the wool and the cotton and the silk and the viscose. I love that it's natural stuff, but it's awful. I don't even want to work with it. And I'm glad I only got one because as soon as this is gone, I'm going to make this bag and I'll see how much I have left. I may have enough to make a second bag, or I can make, I don't know, maybe I'll make like a market kind of a bag that has, like a mesh type bag. Maybe I'll make something like that, like a beach bag type thing. It fits really nicely in my pretty little caddy here. See, look, it fits. And I take this to work with me. I put it in here with my hook. Well, just stick my hook in there, zip it up, and it's perfect. I like everything but the yarn and the feel of it. It hurts my fingers when it goes through my fingers as I'm, holding the yarn. I just don't like it. It's roving yarn, which I don't mind working with, but I don't know, not my fave, just my 2 cents worth. Okay, now I did something, guys. I think I talked in one of my lives last week, I think I talked a little bit about gnomes and Vikings. Do y'all remember this? So I got a hold of my friend Tracy from Crochet Rossetti, and I watched her gnome videos, how to make gnome videos. I started, now this color, I only have it here. You're not going to see any of the green. I just had to have a color to bring it up a little bit more because I just finished this morning. Guys, I did a hat. And it's not a pointy hat because Vikings helmets are rounded. They're not pointy. Guys, I did this all by myself. No directions. I didn't have it. I just did it. I'm so excited. And I'm already looking for inspiration. I already know how I'm going to put do the helmet, and I've got all my scrap yarn. I pulled all my scrap yarn out of my big space bag, and now it's just in a pile. But I'm going to pick out like an ivory color to make the horns, and I'm going to make a big old nose, a big old bulbous nose, and then I'm going to make a shield, and I'm going to make an axe for the other hand, and I am so excited. And the beard, guys, the beard is the biggest thing because I get to braid. I'm going to braid some beard, and it's going to flow all around. I mean, it's going to be big. But shh, it's a surprise for Mr. Happy. He doesn't know I'm making it. Isn't that going to be so cute? And I don't have to put any eyes on it because gnomes don't have eyes. They're covered up with the hat. I am so excited. And look what I found for future, because if this goes well, it's not going to be the last one I make. But I found some fireplace comfort. Look at this. Can you imagine this being like a fur like around a helmet? And look here, what else I found. Can you tell? I'm just a little bit excited. And I found this kind of yarn. I don't know what this is. But I found this in some scrap yarn, and I'm going to use it. I am just so stinking excited. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Tracy. Because, you know, if I make this gnome, this Viking gnome, and it works out well, and I think it's going to work out really nicely, then I'm going to have to make some fun ones. And guys, I think I'm going to become just like Sandy from Crochet A Canada, going down some kind of a gnome hole. Except hers was Persilot. Mine is gnomes. Gnome. I'm going to go down a gnome hole. And I'm going to have to watch all of Tracy from Crochet Rosetti. I'm going to have to watch all of her videos to get all the pretty, look at all these pretty colors. I'm going to have to do all kinds of gorgeous colors. Oh, I'm just getting too excited. So, what am I going to work on? I've got about 3 minutes to tell you. So, I was going, oh, sorry about that. I was going to use this yarn, this Caron Ripple Cake, and I was going to make a Tunisian, some kind of a Tunisian throw. I changed my mind on that. I'm going to do a ripple throw because it's a ripple, and I want it to symbolize like waves and ocean and water. So I'm going to do a ripple throw, and I'm going to do it with my 6.5 millimeter Odyssey. That's going to be cool, but I'm not going to start that immediately. I also pulled out a stack of wearables. Now I had decided, had being the operative word, that I was not going to do any more clothing items for myself. Well, two things come into play. Number one, that's what brings me joy. And I realized that for me to say, don't make any more wearables, is like tying one hand behind my back and saying, still enjoy crochet. And it just isn't going to work. I like doing the bag and the gnome and the blankets and the shawls, and I like doing all that. But my heart is in wearables. And I need to have one wearable on my hook at all times, just to have that feeling of accomplishment. The other part is that when I think about what others think about me and my channel, one of the things that they like about my channel, from what I understand and from what I gather, and all the numbers and who all watches and all that kind of stuff, and all the comments that I get, a lot of people like the fact that I talk about wearables. And so that, I cannot stop making wearables, because that is part and partial of what my channel's all about, right? So I've got this that I'm going to be working on. It's by Kristen Omdahl. A lot of her stuff, I'm going to be doing this. But this is a Kristen Omdahl's Sweet Clara. I've got the top and the vest and the dress, okay? I like that. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. Also, I want to make this tee. It's like a little summer tee. I have, see, these don't have, okay, here's a pullover that can be made a dress. It's a Paloma. That's Kristen Omdahl's pattern. Here's another crochet lace pullover. It's called the Trixie. I'm thinking about doing that. This is called Twilight Skies. It's a vest pattern. You can't see the front of it, but isn't that pretty how that is in the back there? I like that. I want to make this dress. I love that dress, and it's called the Bay Breeze Cocktail Dress by Lorene Eppolite. Ooh. And I think that that's gorgeous. And again, I think I said this before, but I like the idea of having it in black and white because I can use my imagination for the colors. Then I have a shrug, and there's no pictures for these, but I have a Shrug by Kristin Omdahl, another light pullover, and another shawl. And then there's several that I don't have written patterns for, but I'm going to watch the tutorials for. That's all I have for you today, and I'm glad I had that wrapped up because I'm about ready to run out of space on my phone. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I know that was a lot of talk. When you're on this side of the camera, it goes like that. I promise you, it just goes like that, and I don't mean to make it long, but thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a blessed day. Find joy in the things you do, and remember to just have fun with your crochet. Just relax. Don't make it stressful. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.